Greetings, family. Greetings to every one of us. Hope we are all doing great. Yes, Abba Yahuwah ought to be praised in all and all. Thank you, Abba Yahuwah, for your mighty hand of revelation that rests upon this platform. Oh, yes, you have revealed yourself powerfully in this platform, just as your word says that him that believe our reports, the mighty hand of Abba Yahuwah is being revealed. Hallelujah for your mighty, powerful, eternal hand that revealed in this platform. Unto the elect, the people so close to your heart, the people after your heart, the apples of your eyes, the very blessed and chosen nation. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, Abba Yahuwah, hallelujah. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, Abba. Hallelujah. All right, now, family. I want to do something again different from all that we have already done. Okay. Here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message titled for you and me. Lunar Shabbat keeping is return of Sunday and Friday in the making, God's large and little horn. Okay, what time are we now? Again, we are in the time of Daniel prophecies. Okay, the goat empire, the large and the little horn, and the large is Christianity, and the little horn is Islam to rule for such a little period of a time. Okay, so Shabbat, lunar Shabbat keeping is returning on Sunday. Can we prove that? Like I always love to say, it's not by sensational, not emotional, not radiation burning, not personal, but by the royal law subjective. We want to do it again. Okay, we want to expose lunar, Shabbat keeping, as Abba Yahuwah already has already begins it with us. Okay, so we want to do how Sunday in code now as a lunar Shabbat. Always remember, Sunday is the greatest abomination. Sunday keeping is the greatest abomination in the royal law. In the list of abominations, Sunday is the greatest. So, but this Sunday, we left Christianity, okay, in search of our Father's home. All right, we don't want to worship sun anymore. But that same sun return as the moon today. Still keeping Sunday in another form. They are of one goal. Moon and sun, they are of one goal. Okay? They run the same race. Alright now. Not my word. Let's put the word of Abba Yahuwah that supersedes all. One more time. Let us see the glory of Shabbat. The book of Jubilees, chapter 2, I think verses 30. Let me check and be sure. Yes, chapter 2, verses 30, I read. And they shall not bring in nor take out from house to house on that day, for that day is more holier and blessed than any Jubilee, day of Jubilees. Day of the Jubilees. On this we kept Shabbat in the heavens before it was made known to any flesh to keep Shabbat there on the earth. That is the place I want to read. So this is the vision from Masana, okay? Where angel we are revealing unto Moshe, okay, things about that took place in Genesis and all. So he now said, this is how we were keeping Shabbat even before it's been made known unto everyone here on earth. So Shabbat did not originated at all from this planet, rather from the heavens. Okay, angel, the way they keep it over there. No, if Abba Yahuwah open your eye to see the glory of Shabbat, you won't even dare, okay, to do whatever of your own, but rather that of Abba Yahuwah. So let's put some. You see the glory of Shabbat. That was why Exodus chapter 20 verses 8 said, remember the Shabbat and keep it holy. Why the Abba Yahuwah asks you to remember? Because it's something that the enemy is going to, take away from your sight or from your mind or from your memory. Enemy is going to cause you to forget about what is Shabbat. As Christianity have done that perfectly. Islam has done that perfectly. And so do Lunar Shabbat keeping. They have done that, so they are beating against the actual Shabbat that Abba Yahweh set in order. It's always the 7th day. We count from day 1 to day 7. We did not start counting from day 5 after the moon. Neither do we start counting from day 2, because these people, when moon appears today, they will not count today. They will just pretend as if that day never exists. They will start counting from tomorrow. That is total madness. That one alone, it pissed me off. That one alone, it pushed my stomach. It's so outrageous when I remember that a day appear from the sky as you follows the lunar moon. Then you will just neglect the very actual day he came out, and you begin to count from day 2. Where did you get that notions from? Where did you get? Who taught you that? And they will say the moon needs to usher them into Shabbat. And that same moon came on day 4. So, but for that, they don't count that day 4, even though the royal law counts day 4. No, they don't count the day 4 moon surface. They will start their counting from day 5. Do you see how backward their system actually is? It's so backward. It's a backward system and a twisted system. Okay, so let's put this how Shabbat is so honored in heaven. Okay, so they are beating against it. Let's put another one. So I want to also read the book of Jubilees again. Jubilee, it refers in the popular royal law we all carries. Leviticus 25. It simply means freedom. And what brings about Jubilees is counting of the Shabbats. It's counting of the Shabbats, okay? That ushers you into Jubilee. So you should count 7 Shabbats, then 49 days, then add 1 day, which is 50th day. It simply means freedom. Jovel. Okay, so Jovel, best known as Jubilee, has his own book. How to reckon, 50 years is Jovel. So when you are already 50 years, which means you enter 1 generation already, and you have 1 Jubilee already. So the Jubilee himself have his own book. So the reason why this book is not in circulation, Constantine, the founder of Christianity, removed them all from use, okay, and put them all in pieces. But we are laying hands on them all. We searched them all out already through the help of the YAHUAH'S. All right, I want to read chapter 6 from verses 30 to 38. Quickly, let me do that. And command thou the children of Israel that they observe the years according to the reckoning, 364 days. This is the, you see? Okay, let me take from 30. And all the days of the commandment will be 250 weeks of days, and this will make the entire year complete. This is thus it is engraved and ordained on the heavenly tablets, and there is no neglecting this commandment for a single year or from year to year. Don't neglect it. Oh, it's 52, and this is the calendar we are using. This is Abba Yahweh set apart calendar. We get 52 weeks, but Lunar Shabbat don't get it. All right, now you also say, so with this 52 weeks, therefore you're gonna be this is the full year. This is the complete year. And 364 days is the complete year. He said there is no neglecting. Lunar Shabbat, though, don't have 64. They only have 354. A whole 10 days is out. A year they don't bother. So, Lunar Shabbat is the return of Sunday encoded. Quickly, I want to put this before we start unveiling how Sunday came back in code as Shabbat now. Lunar Shabbat 31. And command thou the children of Israel that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days. That's all we have. Not 54. 364, not 354. That's all we know, 364. Okay. And this will consist a complete year. This is how a year is being completed, okay? And they will not destroy it from its time from its days and from its feast. For everything will fall out in them according to this testimony. And they will not leave out any day. Lunar Shabbat is leaving 1 day and another day for transaction. They are leaving it out. They don't count. Okay, and they will not leave out any day nor disturb any feast. But if they do neglect and do not observe them according to his commandment, then they will disturb all their seasons. You messed it up already, it's upside down now. Hmm? And the years will be dislodged. You scatter it already. It's no more in order from this order, okay? And they will destroy the season, and the years will be dislodged, and they will neglect their ordinances. As you disrupt it already, the ordinances is fall apart. It's no more working. And all the children of Israel will forget and will not find the parts of the years, and will forget the new moon and seasons and Shabbat, and will go wrong as all the order of the years. For I know, and from henceforth will I declare it unto thee, and it is not for it. Okay, and is not of my own devices, for the book lies written before me, and on the heavenly tablets. The divisions of this is ordained, lest they forget the feast of the covenant and walk according to the feast of the Gentiles, after their error and after their ordinance, ignorance, excuse me, after their ignorance. Okay, for there will be those, listen, for there will be those who will as surely make observations of the moon, how it distorts the seasons and comes in from year to year, 10 days too soon. Oh no. Oh, this one blew me off. You're going to be destroyed. You're going to be destroyed the reckoning of the royal law with 10 days. A lunar Shabbat is county 354. And the biblical reckoning says 364. He said you're going to destroy it. You're going to be turning upside down by 10 days. Is not the royal law not correct? Oh no, this one blew me off. When the day I saw the scriptures, I said, Lunar Shabbat, you will forever hate the book of Jubilees. You can't even look into the book of Jubilees. Though is the royal law, though is the mind of Yahuwah, though is the revelation from Masana through Moshe, you can never there because he destroy you. He disgrace you. He destroy you, reveal who you are. What he said by 10 days you're going to be destroying the biblical account, and that we see in the lunar madness crap. You are keeping faces, okay? That blew me off. He said, for this reason, the years will come upon them where they will disrupt the order and make an abominable day, the day of testimony. Come on now, which is the day of testimony? It is Shabbat. He said you're going to be making an abominable day now as a Shabbat. Ah, no, ah, no, ah, no. Horrible Shandayaba. For this reason, the years will come upon them when they will disrupt the order and make an abominable day, the day of testimony, and they will confound all the days, the holy with the unholy. Shabbat is a set apart holy day. You say you're going to be making ordinary day, unclean day as a holy day. Now, the unholy day, you said it's holy? Tuesday, Monday? Okay. An unclean day, a feast day. Come on now. Now, these people, you destroyed the order of things already. This feast of Shavuot, Passover, he said you're going to be making unclean day when the feast comes. You're going to be making unclean feast as a holy feast. Ha, shatabu. Rebo shantalabo sintayaba. You are being rebuked in Yahuwah's mighty name. You can never come here. The book of Jubilees? No, no, no. You can. It's your enemy. And the day of testimony. Okay, let me take it again. An unclean day, a feast day. And they will confound all the days, the holy with unholy, unclean, and the unclean day with the holy. For they will go wrong as to the months and Shabbats and feasts and jubilees. For this reason I commanded and testified to thee that thou mayest testify to them. No, they're not going to hear. They're not going to hear. I command and testify. Okay. and testify to thee that thou mayest testify to them. For after thy death, okay, thy children will disrupt the day, so they will not make the year 364 days only. And for this reason, they will go wrong as the new moon and season and Shabbat and festivals, and they will eat all kinds of blood with a kinds of flesh, with all kinds of flesh. Did you see this? So now, Lunar Shabbat, you're gonna be hitting this book. Like I said, one satanic daughter of Alada, she lives in Germany. She brought me to this anyway. Her name is called Unyimoma. She says she's from Benin. That woman, she's so satanic. She highly demonized. If you see the nonsense that woman is keeping, who woke you up? I was even forced to ask, what kind of spirit that woke you up? You only be woke up only for you to come and be destroying the actual people at your one needs. Who resurrect you? Because we are going through the process of resurrection. That's our next message now. Okay, Ezekiel 37. Two kinds of awakening, two kinds of resurrection is going on right now in the camp of Israel. Daniel 12, 1 to 2. That is our subject on the Shabbat, okay? So one is to resurrect to eternal life, and the other one is to resurrect to eternal damnation. And they are all here already. They are all here already, because I cannot see no reason you went through the Ezekiel 37 from verses 1 to 11 through that process. Your bones gathered together, sin you put in you, skin put in you, flesh put in you, and later on the Ruach HaKodesh breath, and you will still come and be making putu. No, you'll be resurrected only for you to go to damnation. So that's our subject on the Shabbat. Because if you are indeed being resurrected by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, you will know how to pronounce the name of Abba Yehovah and Yahushua. You will know the voice of your Father, of course. So we see now what the Shabbat actually is. And we see how the book of Jubilees disgrace the Lunar Shabbat. They are mad people, okay? They are mad people. They are mad. The one that is teaching this nonsense, you are mad. You are absolute mad in YAHUAH'S mighty name. Now you can go and read in your quiet time. Daniel chapter 7, Daniel chapter 8. Then you're going to see the large and the little horn. Okay? You're going to see it further. And this vision is when our forefather, we are being taken down to Babylon, which is the natural Babylon. Revelation 17 verses 5. Make it so clear now. We are in the mystery Babylon. Altogether, they are the same spirit. They are of one go is Allah. Jesus, all of them, all this nonsense, they are the same, okay? Matthew 25, 31 to 46, Yahushua calls them goats. And when you go to Daniel chapter 7, you're going to see the goats' attitude over there. They are the Grecians, they are goats, okay? They are the one ruling these years. Until Islam pick it up from the Christian, God empire is still the one ruling. So they were the goats Yahushua refers to in Matthew 25, 31 to 36. That's going to face judgment, because there must be resurrected to face judgment. Like I said, that's our next subject now. Okay, now Revelation 17:5. That is the mystery Babylon over there, okay? So the first Babylon was pure natural, but this one now is spiritual. That is Sunday returning now as a lunar Shabbat. Now Genesis 11, then you're going to see the first Babylon was pure paganism, okay? But Revelation 17:5 is still pagan, but not mystery. Until you dig who are these people, you can't really know who they are. You will be thinking you are going to heaven. No, it's a mystery. Genesis 4, Genesis 11:4. We see the Tower of Babel we are building against Abba Yehovah. So what was their desire? To make a name for themselves. That was the first Babylon. Now the second Babylon, mystery Babylon, is also the first Babylon. Okay, the first shall be the last. Why the last shall be the first? They are the same, and that is the counting of lunar Shabbat. Okay. Now, Revelation 17:5 said, a name that is called mystery is being written upon the mother of harlots, and Mecca is called mother of all settlements. This way they are preparing the way for Sharia law. This is Sharia law in the making, Friday in the making, because those one also use lunar, just as this lunar Shabbat mad people in like manner Islam. Friday is in the making. Okay, so Genesis 11:4 said they want to make name for themselves. They don't want to take the name of Abba Yehovah. And again, we also see that Revelation 75, a name is being written upon Babylon the Great, the mother of all prostitutes. An Islam holy site, the most holiest site of Islam called Mecca. Is become mother of all settlement. So they are the one to finish what Allah begins in Genesis 3. So we'll put some more. All right, now I want to dig into how Sunday is the greatest abomination. Excuse me. Oh, now Sunday is the greatest abomination in the royal law. How Sunday in return as a lunar Shabbat. Should I first of all read or before I expose it? Okay, now when the first light of the moon, in a nutshell, a normal, reasonable somebody, that have, his sanity or her sanity working well, that is should be the first day. Of course, Islam does count that. Okay. Now, of course, even though it is still their mysteries, they know what they are doing. Now, the first day is of course, it's counts. It's first day of the week. I don't care whether you count it so, but I'm gonna be counting it for you. The first is a Sunday, while the eighth is also Sunday. Sunday is being called the first and eighth. So these people, they are that encoded. That is set apart day for Allah. Encoded, that is set apart day for lunar Shabbat. They say it's on no day. You lie and unlocked it. It's Sunday, because that is how the royal law calls it. The first day of the week is simply called Sunday. That is what paganism calls Sunday, the day of sun. They gave a whole day to sun. And when the sun, now Sunday in cold inside the moon, when the moon surface, it should have been called first day, which is Sunday. And now first is called Sunday, and number 8 is also called Sunday. So these people will keep their Shabbat on the 8th, which is another Sunday. Okay, they said they are not, there is a no, but still they count from there. Okay, they still count it from there. That's why their Shabbat land on the 8th. Okay, so for the they still count, but they don't record it. Oh no. So they will start counting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Instead of 7 Shabbat, no, they will now take it down to 8, because they said the first day, even though they counted, but they said that it's on no day. So they don't count day from there. So it's this Sunday in the code. It's this Sunday in the code. Because if they count from day 1, therefore, their Shabbat should have been on the 7th. But they can't count from day 1. That is the mystery behind that. But spiritually, they count it. It's a holy day to the gods of the sun. Okay? Nimrod is a holy day to him. That is why they still put that say day to honor him, sun. Now, on the 8th day, they will say is the Shabbat. The first is Sunday and the 8th is Sunday. Although the royal law call it first day of the week, number 8 is first day of the week. All right, now Ezekiel chapter 8 verses 15. Should I take from 15? The greater you can read it. Oh, you're gonna see the list. This is the list of abomination, and Sunday is the greatest. Let me take from 14 or 13. He said also unto me, this vision is also from Babylon, the natural Babylon. Remember, we are in the mystery Babylon. They are all one go, it's one spirit. He said also unto me, turn yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination that they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of YAHUAH'S house, which was towards the north. And behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. Women is ministry, okay? These are the people that is happy Allah to cry now. Women is ministry. According to the royal law, Revelation 12, you're going to see a holy woman. Revelation 17, you're going to see a filthy woman. 15, excuse me. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination than this. All right, now 16. And he brought me into the inner court of the house of YAHUAH, and behold, at the door of the temple of YAHUAH, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs towards the temple of YAHUAH, and their face towards the east, and they worshipped the sun towards the east. Now, oh my father, that's where the Easter came from. You can see Zechariah chapter 5, okay? Because it said that Easter basket have our own base. So where is our own base? Shanai. Okay, that is in Genesis 11. That is their dwelling, and that is their headquarter. You know, when YAHUAH scatter and destroy the Tower of Babel, what happened? The pieces of Nimrod, travel so far to the four corners of the earth. every teachings, paganism follow every single individual as they depart. Okay, so that there is their headquarters. There is where they belong. You see, to the east. If you also read Genesis 4, now you're going to see east over there. And it said they not turn their face to the east, and they not begin to worship the east, worship the sun in the east. It's so referring to Nimrod, and it's the greatest abomination, because you're going to be keeping on holy day and defy the actual day. That makes it the greatest abomination. Like we had just read, the greatest abomination is Sunday. Come, I said, what is the title? Lunar Shabbat keeping is returning of the Sunday. Now, coded in moon, whether moon or sun, they all came in day 4. So, whether moon or sun, they are of one God. That's what we are saying over here. Revelation 16:19. And the great city was divided into 3 parts. So, what is the 3 parts? Lunar Shabbat keeping, Sunday, and Friday. This is how this spirit divide themselves into 3 parts. And the great city, which is Babylon, mystery Babylon, okay, the one we just came from is natural. But the one we are going through these last days is the mystery Babylon. It takes revelation to understand this one. And the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the city of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before Yahuwah to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath, and every Island. Okay, this is the time for judgment. That is why we are seeing 2 awakening in the camp of Yahweh. 2 resurrection is going on. This is our message on the Shabbat. It's going on already. Everybody is already being set in our individual perspective lane. That's why the other camp is not getting it. You'll be raised to face the judgment. Okay? Because if you don't belong to the camp that is going to destruction or damnation, you will get actually what is Shabbat. Because the penalty of Shabbat is to kill you. Abba Yahweh said, surely I will put you to death. It's going to sentence you to eternal damnation. That is the penalty. You make it full of a day, angel reverence so much. Were you there when Abba Yahweh set that day apart? Were you the one that gave him that wisdom to do that? He did it on his own accord. How do you not say what he said is no more good for you? You have a better idea. Therefore, you'll be put to death. So Babylon divides herself into 3 parts. Let's see who are they already, but now you know already. Alright, now here is the actual natural Babylon in those days, in the day of Nimrod. Okay. The book of Yashar, chapter 9, verses 26. And this book of Yashar, we also have it in the popular royal law we carries, okay? It make references in different occasions to the book of Yashar. You're going to find that in the book of Joshua, 10, verses 13 is over there. The second Simeon, chapter 1, verses 18 is over there. Second Timothy, chapter 3, verses 8, it quotes from the book of Yashar, okay? All right, now let's read from that same book of Yashar. These 3 people, these 3 Babylon, okay, Babylon that divide himself into 3 parts. Let's see what they are doing. 26 narrate. And all these people and all the families divided themselves in 3 parts. The first said, look at what they are saying now. This is the nature of Islam, of Lunar Shabbat keeping, and Christianity. This is what their nonsense actually means before Abba Yahuwah. This is the normal Babylon, but we are now in the mystery Babylon. I read the book of Yashar, chapter 9, verses 26. And all these people and all the families divided themselves in 3 parts. The first said, we are sent into heaven and fight against him. The second said, we will ascend to heaven and place our own gods there and serve them. That is the moon. We know the origin of the sun is Babylonia. And moon and sun, they are of one God. And the Christian worship the sun every Sunday. That's why it's been dedicated sun, the day of sun, Edove, the day of sun. And now we see what they are saying, that the other one says they are going to heaven. They're going to place their own sun and moon gods over there, stone and wood. They will place it in the heaven. That is the sun that is appearing to you. That is the moon that is appearing to you. You that can also count your day, you have to wait for sun to navigate into your day. How dare you do that? Whereby the sun was also being given in day 4, whereby the first day was evening and morning. The first day, second day we are evening and morning, third day we are evening and morning, and the fourth day that he came, it was evening and morning. 3 whole day already exist. Where we are the sun that count for us. The counting of Abiyawa, it is also feast, like the month is feast, Shabbat is feast, hour is also feast. You can't wait for sun to go down before you can end your Shabbat. No, Yahushua said, I think John 11 verses 9 or so, he said, are there not 12 hours in the day and 12 hours in the night? That is how it's being reckoned. And when did the 12 hours of the night begins, that is going to usher you into day? It begins 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't need to wait for sun to go down before I can navigate myself into another day. No. When it is 6 o'clock, wherever you are in the whole world, this 12 hours of the night begins already. That is the only way you can get 12 midnight, because it starts 6 in the evening. And we see that in the book of Exodus chapter 12. I think 29, it said at 12 midnight, Abiyawa released the destroyer to slay every firstborn of the Egyptians. And we also find that character again in Matthew 25, when the bridegroom came. He said when it was 12 midnight, okay, when you count from 6, then you get 12 midnight. And the 12 hours of the day also begins 6 in the morning. So that is how it works. We see it throughout the scriptures. We see Matthew 27, it said when it was 12 hours of the day, which simply means 6 hours of the day. And when it was 9 hours of the day, Yahushua gave her the spirit, which is 3 o'clock in Gentiles time clock. We also see in other apostle, he said it was the 3rd hour of the day. So that is how it's being reckoned. We don't need to go and look for sun to set in the morning before you can know the morning hours start already. No. That is another way of worshiping sun, because it's feast. Wherever you are, okay, like this summer, now sometimes sun can go down. What time? How many o'clock? 9 o'clock. Is there you can break your Shabbat? Now you are still a sun worshiper. And sun and moon, they are of one go. And the final result is in the Islam kingdom. Because you're not keeping lunar Shabbat, you're going to be breaking mercilessly the Shabbat of Abiyawa, like Christian does, like Islam does. What make you different from Christianity and Islam? You that keep lunar Shabbat, you are of your father the devil. I take it again. The book of Yashar, chapter 9, 26. And all these people and all the families divided themselves in 3 parts. Remember, Revelation 16, 19 said, Babylon divided herself into 3 parts. Lunar, Islam, they are the one to end this 3-part madness. And all these people and all the families divide themselves in 3 parts. The first said, we will ascend into heaven and fight against him. This is how you fight against you polluting the Shabbat, you telling lies. This is how you fought against Yahuwah. And the second said, we will ascend to heaven and place our own gods there and set them. And this is how you are placing your own gods right in the heavens when Allah surfaces as a moon. And you not begin to reverence Allah. You not begin to follow the ordinances of Allah. And that is how you place your God above that of Abiyawa and serve him. And serve them, okay. And the 3rd part said, we will ascend to heaven and smite him with bows and spells. And Yahuwah knew all their works and all their evil thoughts. And he saw the city and the tower which they were building. Did you get that? What are you saying? What are you saying? This is how you are fighting against. You are insulting him. You are insulting him, but it is death penalty. That's what we are saying. You can insult him, but the judgment is for him to finish you and your generation. Okay, from the first and to the 4th generation, is to slaughter all of you, because the book is so clear. In 1160, that's a book of Yashar 1160. We see that Terah, the father of Abraham, was having 12 gods every month. Every month he have different gods he worship every month. That is lunar. Every month you are seeing them in the sky worshiping Allah. That is lunar. And Islam, that is lunar. And Christendom. All right now, Deborah, best known as Deuteronomy 14:19. And lest thou lift up thy eyes into heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the star, even all the host of heaven, shouldest thou are being driven to worship them and serve them, which the Yahuwah the Elohim hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. He said all this is not meant to be worshipped. For you to say that without the sun God that you cannot enter, that you are worshiping sun, because whatever what did not give, the Satan did. Allah did. Jesus, they all these folly deity, they did. But so that is how you worship them. Now, worship doesn't mean singing, no, obeying the hymn. Anyone you obey, that is your master. That is how you worship, you serve them. Now, you, Lunar, Shabbat, like man are the same. Okay? So, if your son, that is why sometimes they have to 2 days transitional day, until the moon come out, they cannot count. Even though the day there is today like this, if the moon does suffer, they will say, they will all pretend as if that they never exist. Even though they woke up, they eat, they goes to work, they return back, they count times, hours, and all. Still, they don't just care. They will just pretend that it never exists. That's how you worship them. You lift up your head to worship the gods of the moon and the sun and the star. They are all together of one God. They divide themselves. Babylon divide herself into 3 parts. We see what they are, whatever mixed unto heaven. I won't read here. You can go and read it by yourself. Deuteronomy 17:1-7. You also see it over there. It is death penalty. You worship him. Jeremiah 1. We see Jeremiah chapter 10 verses 1-2. Abba Yahweh said, these are the signs of the Gentile. He said Gentile is the one that is being dismayed by the signs of heaven. You are Gentile. You are Gentile because they are being dismayed by the signs of heaven. They run after the signs of heaven. They begin to follow their guidelines. Alright, Apostle chapter 7 verses 42. Then Yahuwah turned and gave them up to worship the host of heaven. Did you get that? He said, okay, he gave you up to be waiting for the moon, to be worshiping then he gave you up to worship the host of heaven. Like Romans chapter 1, I think verses 20-25. Also make it so clear that Abba Yahuwah gave them up to uncleanness to defile themselves. Who is uncleanness? It is the dragon, the Allah. That fell from glory is going to be using that faces to pollute it. Then he gave you up to uncleanness. You said this is how you want to record your day. Have it. Here is the end of the matter. Revelation 23:11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. This is judgment of abandonment. It places us already in our individual perspective beliefs. You want to be filthy? Keep on filthy. You want to be, unrighteous? Have it. Just have it. I quote it already. Exodus 20, verses 8. It said, remember the Shabbat and keep it holy, because you know something is on its way to take that away from your heart in order for you to forget it, in order for you to face the judgment. Say, remember it, okay? We are speaking to the elect. Please now remember 7th day, which Gentiles call Saturday. That is the set apart day. Whether Satan put his name over there, that has nothing absolute to do with me. We see Sunday is never what the royal law calls it. It's being called first day of the week. But Satan also, when I put his name over there, or the month is being, the name of the month is being not named after God's. Okay, so what does that have to do with me? If I don't reverence that, call it first month of the year. Who cares about what you call it? Whether January, January's head. What's my problem? You call it Sunday. What does that have to do with me? You call it Saturn's Day or Saturn's Day. So what? You call it Moon Day. What? You call it Moon Day. That is your problem. It is 3rd day of the week. That is all like the 2nd day of the week. You call Twins Day. What's my business? Now, the royal law call it third day of the week. You call Woody's Day. What does that have to do with me? These are our gods. Okay, but what does that have to do with me? I just call it 4th day of the week. That's what the YAHUAH'S call it. You call Thursday, Gods of Thunder's Day. What does that have to do with me? I just call it 5th day of the week. Okay, you call it Freak Day, the day of sex together. Okay, the day to make love by myself, and I also name it Sex Electrical Universe. You call it so? So what does that have to do with me? I just call it sixth day of the week. So you call Saturday a Satan's day. So what does that have to do with me? I just call it Shabbat, Sarapa day. That's it. That is how it's being reckoned. We have two works. When you go to Hebrew chapter 1, it said through whom Yahushua makes the words. We see words that was plural, and Yahushua re-echoes that rather he says that in John 17, that we are in the world, we are not of the world. So the whole world have their own system. They have their own way of doing things. What does that have to do with me? I just go by that of Abba Yehovah. I am in the world, but I am not of the world, because the world have their own system, governing system. So if we are calling it Shabbat, they say it is Saturday for the, what does that have to do with me? Absolutely nothing. Now look at their guideline. Who is guiding them? It's Philo. Philo, okay? Narcissism, who don't even believe the glory of Messiah. He said it never happened. That is the one that put this confusion in the mind of these people that is keeping moon. He gave them a confirmation. It was the Jewish, I'm gonna call it Jewish philosopher. Okay, so that the Apostle who was aware of this very demon that is called Philos. Okay, it was Jewish philosopher. Okay, so Colossians chapter 2, should I read it? That was what Apostle warned us. We should not be deceived by any philosophy, because Apostle was aware of this. This was the first apostles he was engaged. Teaches Greek eschatology. Okay, teaching the theory of Greek. Okay, though he was born, no, these are the seed of serpent, okay, the seed of Pharisees that makes things so difficult for Yahushua. These are their seed, okay, still making things difficult in this day, but it is to their own destruction. So Philos by birth was Jewish, not Yahudim, Jewish, but taught by Greek, Jesus. That's all he knew. And this is the same Philos that gave these people lunar Shabbats. Well, before you start making some argument, they will refer you to this history. Let me tell you. Jacob, our forefather, he saw the garment of his son Yusuf be torn and blood, soaked with blood. Then he believed. Was that true? No. It's not evidence. It's not all evidence someone gives to you that is going to make the matter authentic or that is going to make it true. Not at all. We have a lies being propagated, rewarming year after year, year after year. That was why Jeremiah, what was the scripture? Is it Jeremiah that said, Gentiles will come back to the children of Israel and say, we are being deceived. Okay? By our forefather. We believe what our forefather believes. Okay? That is lies being rewarmed. But that makes it reality. That makes it true. Not at all. So if Philo, Philo, I don't know what he called, presents a proof that they were keeping lunar Shabbat in those days of Yahushua, which is a pure lie. Because Yahushua never keep no lunar Shabbat. As Yahushua was birthed, he said, Luke 4:16 said, as his custom was, he went into Shabbat. Because these bastard lunar people will also say, when our people goes to Egypt, as they were Babylon, first Babylon, as they were coming, that is when they now begin to observe Saturday as Shabbat. They said it was never so. What are you saying? That is a pure lie. Because Yahushua also observed this Shabbat. Our forefather observed. Okay? Assuming it was wrong, Yahushua should have corrected that. He never watched for no moon. So this Philo said in those days, because he was eyewitness of the apostle, he said they were keeping lunar. That is the history he put out. But you lunar Shabbat, or you that is keeping moon, what are you going to say? He said the event, this same Philo said the event that took place at Masada, he said it was a lie. So what are you going to do about that? Make sure you fix that for yourself, not me, okay? Even in Babylon, not in Babylon, in Nineveh, okay, Tobiah, you will see this in the book of Tobit, chapter 2, verses 1. He was keeping the feast of weeks, okay, how he celebrated, even in the land of Ezra. Just the way we did it in the Holy Land, like Mane was doing it, okay. So what is the feast of weeks? It is how to count Shabbat. It is how to count. It simply means counting. Counting of the Omer, counting. Count 7 Shabbats is a feast. Is honor. Okay, it's a feast. That's all I want to say. It's a cycle of day 1 to day 7. Cycle of day 1 to day 7. Cycle of day 1 to day 7. That is what it is. You don't wait for me to do that. Need a song. Now in Numbers 15, 32 to 35, you can also go and read it. A man found gathering a stick on the Shabbat in those days. He was being stoned to death. Okay, Exodus 35, 3. You are not even allowed to light a fire. Okay, Luke 13:40, we see the Pharisees was fighting Yahushua, and the people that comes to him to heal them on the Shabbat, that they should come after the sundown. That's how they will call it, but it's 6 o'clock, after 6 o'clock. Now, this is the scripture these people is using. I don't think I will be having time to go into another day. I'm going to make this separately. Okay, Ezekiel 46 verses 1. Okay, Ezekiel 46 verses 1. I think I'm going to read that. Quickly, let me read the Colossians chapter 2, verses 8, concerning Philos, okay, Jewish philosopher, okay, yes, Colossians 2:8. Apostle Shaul was aware, okay, of him. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy, okay, and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach. This guy was eloquent. He was so educated, this fellow, okay. He's a philosopher, okay. Now, he was turning the scripture upside down. Like people today that also went to, what they call it, they will say, I forgot it. When they come out from that Bible school, the way they will be teaching nonsense, okay, after the things of the word, not the vision. The word of Peter was illiterate. To teach the word of Abba, you are not being eloquent or educated. Be educated in the things of the royal law. Okay? It takes revelation. So I think after this message on the Shabbat, I'm going to be doing the scripture that misquoted, okay? Now, the place you face to recognize in that Ezekiel 46:1 is it makes it so clear, 6 days walking. 6 days cycle walk, you miss that, okay? And you know you don't get that sometime. You know it too well. Amos 8:5, Leviticus 23, 22 to 38, Numbers 29:1, Numbers 10:10, Numbers 28:70 to 80, John 19:31, High Shabbat. So High Shabbat is different. That is Shabbat 1. It's different from the weekly Shabbat. So we'll do this separately. There's no room to really debate on it the way it's supposed. So I just put out the scriptures. These are the scriptures they are using to defend their stupidity. Lunar Shabbat is returning back of the Sunday. Pure, period. That's it. Thank you, Abba, for you have done it. Your mighty hand has revealed in the midst of your people.